If you've been scrolling through endless rows of outdoor kitchen combos, watching videos that promise the ultimate backyard upgrade only to feel more confused, you're not alone. The hesitation usually comes from wondering whether a single unit can really hold up to the daily grind of family barbecues, weekend brunches, and the occasional pizza night without turning your patio into a cluttered mess. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. I've spent the last few weeks setting up a compact island similar to the Mont Alpi model, testing the grill while juggling drinks for a small crowd, and even slipping a few frozen pizza boxes into the built-in fridge to see how it handles real-world demands. What I found might help you decide if this all-in-one island is worth the price tag or if you'd be better off piecing together separate pieces. First off, the concept behind the Mont Alpi Premium 70 by 24-inch island is simple. Give you a single, space-efficient station that houses a 32-inch 4-burner grill, an infrared rotisserie, a compact refrigerator, and a couple of cabinets topped with granite countertops. For anyone with a modest patio or a backyard that can't accommodate a full-size outdoor kitchen, that level of integration is immediately appealing. The real question is whether the integration compromises anything you actually need when you're cooking outdoors. Let's talk about the grill itself. The 32-inch black stainless steel slab is built for gas, but it also ships with a propane hose and regulator, and the specs say it can be converted to natural gas if you ever decide to run a line. In practice, the 4 burners give you enough surface area to sear a steak on one side while keeping a side dish warm on another. The infrared rotisserie burner is a nice surprise. Most mid-range grills skip that feature entirely. I tried it with a whole chicken, and the heat wrapped around the bird evenly, giving a crisp skin without the dreaded dry spots you sometimes get with standard burners. The double-lined grill hood with a temperature gauge is another practical touch. You can glance at the gauge and adjust the propane flow without pulling out a separate thermometer. Now, the refrigerator. It's a 110-volt, 4-watt heavy-duty electric motor unit tucked beneath the counter. In a backyard setting, you're usually limited to a small cooler or a portable ice chest. This fridge holds about 56 cans of drinks plus a couple of condiments, which is perfect for a family of 4 or a small gathering. I tested it by loading it with a 6-pack of sodas, a jar of mustard, and a slab of butter for a steak dinner. After 3 hours of grilling, the soda cans were still cold, and the butter hadn't softened too much, proof that the fridge does maintain a reliable temperature even when the grill is firing on all 4 burners. If you regularly entertain more than 8 people, you might find the fridge a bit cramped, but for most weekend setups it's ample. Storage is where the island shows its thoughtful design. The side cabinets open with soft close hinges, and each compartment is deep enough to hide grill tools, cleaning brushes, and even a small cutting board. I appreciated being able to stash a set of tongs, a basting brush, and a meat thermometer in the same drawer I keep my grill lighter in. It keeps the patio surface clean and reduces the number of items you have to chase after when you're juggling food and guests. The granite countertop feels substantial under a cutting board, and it doesn't get as hot as a thin metal surface would, which is a small but useful safety perk when you're moving plates around. On the downside, the island's compact footprint is both its strength and its Achilles heel. At 70 inches wide, you need a minimum of about 10 feet of linear space to accommodate it comfortably, plus room to walk around. If your deck is narrower than that, you'll end up feeling squeezed, especially when the grill lid is open and you need to step back. Also, the grill's total output is decent for a family-sized meal, but it won't match a commercial-grade unit. When I tried to sear a thick pork chop and then finish it in the rotisserie, the burners took a few extra minutes to bring the grill back up to temperature after the lid was closed for the rotisserie cycle. It's not a deal-breaker, but it's something to be aware of if you're planning to do high-heat, back-to-back cooking sessions. Another practical consideration is the power source. The fridge runs on standard 110-volt electricity, which means you'll need a nearby outdoor outlet or you'll have to run an extension cord. In my setup, the outlet was on the side of the patio, so I had to hide the cord along the baseboard. That's manageable, but for homeowners without an existing outlet, installing one could add a modest extra cost. The grill, of course, remains propane only out of the box, so you'll need to keep a tank handy or set up a refill schedule. The natural gas conversion option is nice on paper.